Hiya, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a favourites video for you. If you're new to my channel, then just as a heads up, I do favourites videos every 3 months because I don't have enough stuff to chat to you about in 1 month. So this is my favourites from January, February and March of 2018. Also, how the F is it the end of March? I literally have no idea how January, February and March have gone this quickly. I don't get it. This year is absolutely flying by. So I can't believe I'm already filming this video. It's like a shock to the system. Yeah, I'm confused. As always, I have a mixture of things, so loads and loads of Netflix and TV things that I've loved because I always have loads of things like that I love and I want to chat to you about. I have a couple of clothing-y bits and like shopping purchases and a couple of random things and a couple of like producty things. So just a mixture really. As always, I have a list on my notes on my phone of things to talk about, so I'm just going to refer to this. And to start off with, I'm going to chat about the TV and Netflix stuff that I've loved because that's always the biggest section in my favourites videos because I watch a lot of Netflix and a lot of TV. There are a couple of movies that I have loved, and first up is Table 19. Now I wanted to see this when it was at the cinema. It has Anna Kendrick in it and I really wanted to watch it, but I didn't get a chance to see it at the cinema, and then I noticed it was on Sky Movies, so I watched it and it's a bit quirky. The outcome was completely not what I thought was going to happen or what was going to happen, like the plot of the movie, but I absolutely loved it. I just thought it was a really just nice film, so check that out if you like sort of, I'd call it a rom-com. I'd go with rom-com, so check that out if you haven't already seen it. I also watched Daddy's Home, which again was something I wanted to see when it was out at the cinema. I didn't get a chance to, and I love that. It has got Mark Wahlberg and Will Ferrell in it and it's absolutely hilarious. I now really want to see the second one with, I think it's like their dad's in it. I really want to see that, but I really recommend the first one. Also just wanted to mention that I spent some time at home in January. I had like a week off sick from work, so I watched a lot of TV and movies during that period because I was pretty ill. I had like a really bad cold flu type thing. So yeah, I did do a lot of binging of Netflix and TV in that time. In the more sort of drama factual genre, I watched Hidden Figures. Again, something I wanted to watch at cinema that I didn't get a chance to, and it's on Sky Movies, so I decided to watch that when I was off sick. And it's such a good film and it's such an interesting story. It's basically, if you don't know anything about it, it is about the women who worked at NASA, in particular the black women who worked at NASA when they launched the first rockets into space, and it's just so fascinating story. I don't know how exactly true it is to the story. I did start reading the book last year, I think it was, because I wanted to read the book before I saw the film, but I never ended up finishing the book because I started it on holiday and then I didn't get around to finishing it. But the book thus far I'd read was really interesting, but I don't know how true the film is to the actual story, but it was absolutely fascinating and I would really recommend it if you would like to find out more about that topic and like history. So yeah, I really like that. The final film, oh, I cannot sing my praises enough for this film. So many people love this film and I know why. It's The Greatest Showman. Literally has taken over my life the past few months. I went to see it, I wanted to see it, and Luke said, oh, that would be a good one for you and your mum. So I went with my mum and watched it, and oh my god, I was obsessed with it, and I was playing the soundtrack all the time, and I kept saying to Luke, oh, I really want you to see it, and he liked stuff like High School Musical and Hairspray when I've shown him those, so I thought he might like it. And he quite liked the songs, but he wasn't like in love with the songs because he hadn't seen the film, he hadn't seen them in context. But he liked the songs when I was playing them. So I was like, come on, let's just go and watch it. We went to see it, and so this is the second time I'd seen it at cinema. And we came out and I said, so what did you think? What did you think? And he just said, yeah, it was alright. And I was so upset. I was really upset that he didn't like it. And yeah, we were walking back to the car and I kept going, are you serious? You actually didn't think it was that good? And by the time we got back to the car, he went, no, I'm joking, I thought it was one of the best films I've ever seen. I was like, oh my god, me too. I love it so much. So I've been playing those songs so much the past couple of months. I saw it must have been in January, so the past 2 months I've played all the songs and I'm so obsessed with this film. But I know it's not to the true story of P.T. Barnum and it's the circus and all of that. I know it's not true, but it just makes you feel happy inside. Like the music makes me feel so happy. I can't even explain. So yeah, if you don't know anything about The Greatest Showman, if it's bypassed you completely, it is basically about, it's set in like the early 1900s I believe, and it's got Hugh Jackman, oh my god, I can't believe I just said that, Hugh Jackman, Zac Efron, Michelle Williams, and it's about setting up of like the first circus, and I love it. I love it, love it, love it. It just makes me so happy. So yeah, can't sing enough praises for that film. A couple of TV shows that I have watched, and the first one is How to Get Away with Murder. So it finally arrived on Netflix, season 3. I know season 4 is like on the TV already, and it's been on in America and it's already been on in the UK, but that's not on Netflix. And I don't have the channel on TV to watch it on TV, so annoyingly I can't watch that. But I have watched season 3 on Netflix, and it takes ages to get onto Netflix. It's really frustrating, but me and my mum finally watched season 3 and it's just so good. I never ever expect the twists and turns that happen in this programme. It's just, yeah, every episode I'm like shocked at the end because I just never expect what's going to happen, and literally something serious happened in this season as well that I couldn't deal with. I just refused to accept that it was true. If you've seen season 3, you may know the bit that I'm talking about. And someone dies, basically, but I'm not going to tell you who. But someone dies, and I just keep going, it's not real. It's not real. They're going to say in the next episode it was fake and it wasn't true. But so far they haven't said it's not true. So I'm really upset about that. But yeah, it's got, I don't know if I've mentioned, but it's got Viola Davis in it. And basically she's a lawyer, and they just spend every series covering up murders, basically, even though she's a lawyer. And yeah, it's just really, really good, and I would highly, highly recommend it. I have spoken about it before, but I've just watched a new series, so I'm recommending it again. Apologies if you can hear anything in the background. I've currently got the washing machine on in the kitchen, so if you can hear any noise, it might be the washing machine, so apologies for that. Another TV show that I have been obsessed with is Lethal Weapon. Now that is the TV show version of the film from like the 80s or something, and I haven't seen the film, and the TV show has got, I think it's Damon Wayans, out of My Wife and Kids in it, and I saw it advertised on TV when it first started showing on ITV, and I think it's one of those annoying things where they don't put it on ITV Hub and you can't catch up on it because of the rights. I hate it when they do that, it's really annoying. So we weren't able to watch it, but then we finally found somewhere online we can watch it, and yeah, it's so good. I absolutely love it. Me and Luke binge watched so much of it, and we haven't finished the second season yet. So we need to finish watching that because I love it. It's just so funny. And it's basically about these 2 cops, and one of them is like a really like family guy who's coming back to work after an accident, and then the other guy is like, he's new to the LA and he's been partnered up with this other guy, and his wife, like, something happened to his wife. I'm not going to go into it too much in case you haven't seen it, but something happened to his wife, so he's been like he's moved cities where he's working and been partnered with this other guy, and they're just like opposites, but they just work so well together, and it's just really funny and just nice, like light-hearted entertainment. Obviously they're solving crimes, so like serious stuff does happen in it, but the way it's done, it's really light-hearted and just hilarious. I love it so much. Something that's been sitting on my Netflix watch list for so long is The Good Place, and I finally watched it over the past like couple of months, and I loved it. I thought some people at work I spoke to about it, they said, oh, they watched it at the first series, and at the end of the first series they were like, oh, okay, I'm not going to watch anymore because there's sort of something happens at the end of the first series. If you haven't watched it, I'm not going to reveal it, but it's basically about what happens when you die. Do you go to the good place or the bad place? And it's got Kristen Bell in it, and it's so funny. I think it's absolutely hilarious, and I love it. I think it's great. I think there's 2 seasons on Netflix, and I've watched both of them, and I really, really want another season to come out because it's so funny. I might rewatch it because I just thought it was great. So I'd highly recommend that. Another Netflix thing for you is, well, for you if you want to watch it, it's for me, I've been watching it, is Towie. So if you don't know what Towie is, it's The Only Way is Essex, and I have no shame. I don't care. I am not embarrassed that I watch Towie, because so many people are, it's rubbish, it's just trash. It is like one of my favourite things. One of my favourite things on TV ever, I'd say, potentially, because I have watched every season of this show since it started on TV back in like 2010 maybe. I think it started when I was at uni, so maybe 2010, 2011. They only had maybe the first 4 seasons on Netflix originally, and they've just whacked on 20 seasons of it. I'm going to keep looking over here because it's currently on the TV, it's currently paused where I was watching it before, and they've whacked on 20 seasons of this show. I've watched all 20 seasons before because I've watched every episode that's ever been on TV, and if you don't know what it is at all, if you're not from the UK, it's basically a reality show of these people who live in a county called Essex in the UK, and it's just my guilty pleasure. I just think it's easy watching, it's light-hearted. I know people argue in it and stuff, but it's just, you don't have to think about it, and it's just a bit of light entertainment, and I love it. And I honestly love this show. So I've been re-watching all of the old episodes because I haven't seen them in so long, because there's nowhere like you can watch them before now, like online or anywhere, so you can't go back and watch them. I'm currently on season 9, episode 11, and yeah, I just love watching Towie. It's just so good. And the most recent series just started on TV again, but I'm really annoyed because it used to be twice a week. It used to be Sunday and Wednesday, and now it's only on Sunday, so I'm not happy about that. But I'll continue to watch it anyway because I love it. Just love it. The final show on Netflix to talk to you about is Queer Eye. So if you don't know what Queer Eye is, it is basically a remake of a TV show that used to be on, I think it was 10 years ago, I'm not exactly sure. But it's basically 5 gay guys go in and make over men that have been submitted. It used to be just straight guys, but they do include gay guys as well now. And I'm obsessed with it. It makes me feel so happy inside, because basically the guys just are like the most uplifting, like you just want to be around them, just because they make the men that they're making over feel so good about themselves, and just like make them feel so nice, and like, yeah. And the first episode, the guy at the end cries, and I was like blubbing my eyes out. I was just so emotional about it, and I just love it. It's so good. And what I love about it even more is how much the guys like actually genuinely love each other. Like the 5 guys that are presenting the show, like I follow them on Twitter, on Instagram, and they just spend so much time like praising each other and saying how great each other is, and it just makes me feel so happy about it. I just love the show so much. And yeah, they just basically, each of them is responsible for a different aspect of like the makeover. So there's like a grooming, culture, food, style, and then home, like interiors that they do over their home as well. And yeah, I just love them all so much, and I just love the show, and it's just like feel good TV. It just makes you like feel better about the world, because there's so many crappy things going on, that like a show like this where people are just like trying to do like a nice thing for someone else and just make them feel better about themselves. It's a big good tick in my box. That's what it is. I couldn't get my words out then. But yeah, I absolutely love it. If you haven't watched it and you like that kind of thing, then definitely try it out. And I know this section of the video has gone on for ages, but I have one final TV show that I've loved, and that is my trusty Catfish. I have loved Catfish for so long, and I love it. It's the most recent series, is currently on TV, and I love it. If you don't know what Catfish is, then where have you been? But Catfish basically explores, or like investigates, the online relationships people have. Like they apply and say, is this person real? And I just love Neva Max so much. And yeah, what I find absolutely fascinating about the show, and what draws me in every episode, is A, the surprise of, is it the person, is it not the person? And B, how delusional people are. Like, how can you think, after all these warning signs going off, that this person is who they say they are? I don't get it. I don't know how people can be so blinded by, like, if people have been talking to someone like 5 years online, and they say that they love them and they're like in love with them and they want to spend, willing to move for this person, and they've never even seen them on like video chat. I don't understand it. I really don't understand it. but I find it absolutely fascinating. So I think it's season 7 that's been on TV, was on TV at the moment, so I love it. I've been watching that. And yeah, that is my final TV and movie love of the past 3 months. I have 2 jewellery items to chat to you about, and the first is this necklace that I'm wearing. Luke bought me it for Valentine's Day, and it is just I think it's from Etsy, and it's just like a little gold paper plane on a little chain, and he said that he bought it to represent our travels, and I just absolutely love it. I just think it's the most like sweet little piece of jewellery, and the thought behind it is very, very lovely, and I love it. And then also these earrings, I did actually put these on my Christmas wish list, and these are from ASOS, and they're the climber, what they call the climber earrings, and they just go in like a standard piercing, and then they like go up your ear, and I love these. These are, I think the brand is Kingsley Ryan, and they're not too expensive. I think all of the styles on ASOS they have are under £10, and I just love them. I love the way they look. I love the little like I just love them, and they're sterling silver, and my ears don't do well with non-sterling silver, so these are perfect for me because they are sterling silver, and I just think it adds a little bit extra because I only have 1 piercing, and if you only have 1 piercing you can't wear like loads of earrings up, and this kind of gives the illusion of having several piercings up your ear. Yeah, and I just think it's really, really nice. I have 2 products to chat to you about this time, because if you watched one of my previous videos, I was talking about my skincare routine and trying to change it up for this year and improve it. So I haven't been trying too much new makeup, or I haven't tried any new makeup I don't think, because I've just been sticking to what I know with that, and I'm not looking to improve any of that at the moment. My focus is on skincare. So as well, because I've only in the past couple of months been looking at my skincare, I haven't tried anything long enough to say it's my favourite. So I only have one of the new products that I've bought that I'm going to say is one of my favourites, because I have tried this for a few weeks now and I do really like it, and it is the Indie Lee Brightening Cleanser. So I spoke about this in the previous video about my skincare, and I've been using this the most out of any of the products that I've recently bought, and I love it. It's a nice like refreshing cleanser for the morning, and I would definitely repurchase it. So yeah. The other product I have to chat to you about is the Chloe Eau de Parfum, and I used to work in Debenhams when I was 17, and I used to work in basically I started in the fragrance department. I used to be one of those annoying like, do you want to try a new fragrance? And just as people coming in the shop, people used to literally avoid me. They'd come in the shop, see me standing there with the bottle of perfume, and they'd go round the other side of the makeup counters to avoid me. And I know that that is what people do, and I probably do that. But yeah, I used to be that annoying fragrance girl. And because I used to spend like 8 hours a day in the fragrance department, I used to smell a lot of perfumes. And ever since then, I have wanted the Chloe Eau de Parfum because I just absolutely loved it. But because it's like what I would say is expensive, I know there's a lot more expensive perfumes out there, but for my budget, this is an expensive perfume. And I've wanted it for so long, and I was lucky enough to get it for Christmas from Luke, and I love it. It's just, I love the smell of it so much, and because I've wanted it for so long, I'm trying to use it sparingly and only on like special occasions, use it all like weekends, because I don't want to waste it. But I'm so happy to have it in my life because I just love the smell so much. So much. So much. Next I have some clothing and accessory items to chat to you about. So first are 2 jumpers. Now I didn't buy these over the past 3 months, but I've been wearing them a lot. I bought them at the end of last year, but I've worn them so much over the past 3 months that they're definitely my favourites. And I did include them in a video. I think I had them, or at least one of them in a video, and that was my H&M try on haul. And they're the same jumper in different colours. So the first one I actually bought was this blue one, and I'm obsessed with the colour of this and the fit, and I just love this jumper so much. Yeah, it's from H&M. I don't know if they probably don't still sell it because I did buy it at the end of last year, but I love it so much. And it's just a round neck, ordinary jumper, but I love it, and I just love it. And because I love that one so much, I then bought the other size, the other colour. But the weird thing was, in my H&M haul, it was like I bought that haul over the Black Friday period, and I think I bought the jumper in I can't remember what size I bought in. I don't know if I bought in 2 sizes. I can't exactly remember, but basically I ended up with 2 of the same size of this jumper because I think that it went down further in the Black Friday and I rebought it or whatever, and I don't understand how, but the same size of the one jumper, there were 2 completely different sizes. That's the one issue I have with H&M sizing. Their sizing is so off. Even in the same garment, the same size supposedly, they were completely different fits. So that was annoying, but I found the fit that was right and I've been wearing it to death. Something that I did buy this year, in 2018, is a jacket. I'll just zip it up quickly so it makes it easier for me to show you it. And it is from Topshop and it's a teddy bear, like biker. And I spotted this on a couple of bloggers that I follow on Instagram and I really wanted it, so I snapped it up. And it is this teddy bear biker. It's been on my blog, it's been on my Instagram. I'll insert a picture so you can see what it looks like on. But yeah, I love this jacket so much. It's so snuggly and it's the perfect like slouchy fit and it's just kept me really warm. I wore this in the snow and it kept me really warm. So yeah, I love it. It's just so like snuggly. You just want to cuddle up to it. It's great. I don't know if they still stock it. I doubt it because I bought this in January. But yeah, I really like it. The final clothing accessory item that I have included in this video is something I actually purchased recently, but so far I've been loving it, so I thought I'd include it, and it is this bag from Accessorize. So as always, if it's still on their site, which it should be because I only bought it like 3 weeks ago or something, I will like leave a link in the description box, and it's just basically this, it's kind of like a dupe for the like a Gucci bag. I think it's the Gucci bag. It's basically a designer-ish dupe, from what I can ascertain, and I just love it. I think it was 20 quid because they had a 20% off discount code when I bought it, and it's got 2 zips, like one side and like the other side, like, so it's got 2 compartments, and you can either have it as like a long strap, so I tend to wear it like a crossbody. I basically spotted this on a couple of bloggers. I can't remember which bloggers it was on. I feel like one of them was Hannah Gal, but I can't remember. And then someone else had this bag, but I think it was on Hannah, and the other person, I can't remember who the other person was. But yeah, and I was like, I need that bag in my life. And yeah, I just bought it. And also that's the other thing I was going to say, or you can have it like that, so it's like a short strap, so you can have it over your shoulder or carry it like down low. But for 20 quid I thought it was quite good. And finally, to round off the video, as always, I like to throw in a few random life things or food things. So the food one is hot cross buns. Hot cross buns have never ever been in my life because I don't like raisins or currants or sultanas, so I don't eat hot cross buns. I was told by someone at work that M&S were making like chocolate and salted caramel hot cross buns. I think the same day I got my butt to M&S and bought some of those, and it's a revelation. And I've realised that loads of supermarkets now are doing hot cross buns but without raisins, can't even say it, raisins and sultanas and currants, so people who don't like them can now enjoy the delights of hot cross buns. So I've been sampling a few here and there. So far I've tried the, what's it called, M&S, I think they're called like toffee and salted caramel and chocolate, whatever they're called, hot cross buns. Tried those, would recommend to a friend. I've tried the chocolate, they're like actually chocolate buns with chocolate chips in them from M&S, they're little mini ones. Wasn't as much of a fan of those, but they're alright, they just weren't my favourites. Then I've also tried the Tesco chocolate chip hot cross buns, they were good. And finally, which I think are my favourite out of the lot, are the Tesco banana and toffee, I think, hot cross buns. I basically panic bought because I was thinking, what if they sell out? What if they don't have them again? And I basically bought like 2 packets and put them in the freezer because I love them that much. They're so, so good. So if you, like me, when's this video going up? Will you have time to buy them? Will they still be in the shops? I don't know the answer to these questions, but if you can still get your hands on non-raisin, currant and sultana hot cross buns and you didn't know that these things existed, find out. Check if they're in your local supermarkets or your local M&S's, because they're damn good. Especially the Tesco ones. They're so good. So yeah, I'm quite excited about this because it's a whole new world for me. A little homeware-y thing that I have loved is what is currently surrounding me on the sofa right here, right now, and it is cushions. So originally we had the cushions that came with the sofa from DFS, and I was saying for ages that I wanted to change the cushions because they were just a bit blah, and they matched, and I didn't want matching cushions. I wanted the whole vibe of a whole bunch of different cushions. So we had a voucher from my auntie and uncle for John Lewis from Christmas, so I said, right, let's get a couple of cushions from there and then get a couple of other ones and just figure out some nice cushion. I can't even say the words, but figure out some nice cushions. So we've ended up with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 cushions on this sofa. So 3 from John Lewis and 3 others, so I'll just quickly show you those. So this is a John Lewis one. Again, I'll link anything below that I can find. This side is sort of like mottled-y, not black and white, grey and white, and then you can flip it around to this side and it's like a stripe. So I love that because you've got 2 different angles that you can go for. Another John Lewis one is this sort of rectangular shaped one, and this is sort of like a fluff, it's got like a fluffy-ish, that's a flat sort of like cotton, I don't know if it's no, it's not a twill, is it? Maybe it's a twill, I don't know, it's like a cottony. And then this is more of a knitted, and this is dark and light. Oh, nearly dropped it. This is dark and light on this side, and then light and dark on the other. So we've got that one. And the final John Lewis number is this. So Luke picked this one out, and this is just got this sort of abstract graphic motif on this side, and it's plain on the other side. So yeah, we've got those 2 from John Lewis. Behind me I have this spotted one from H&M. So this was just the cover, and then we bought a cushion to go inside from, oh no, did we? I think actually, no, inside is one of our Christmas cushion inserts. So I just nabbed that from the Christmas collection that we've got and popped that inside the cover. Then I have a fluffy one from Dunelm. This one was £8, and it's like the sort of Mongolian-y one. It's only one-sided because you can get them with both sides on, but I kind of liked this one with just the one side of fluff. I have this one from Sainsbury's. So this one is sort of like a knitted-y, crochet-y type thing. Again, grey and white pattern, and it's got sort of these raised bubbles on it. I've loved adding these cushions to the sofa because I feel like it adds a bit more personality to the living room. I felt it was just really like straight out of a shop and like bog standard before, whereas I feel like these cushions have added a little something. And I've also artfully draped over our West Elm blanket that we picked up in New York over the edge of our sofa, just to make it a bit more Pinteresty vibes and jazz it up a bit. So yeah, I've really loved having a bit more personality in our living room. If you know me personally, like you're one of my friends outside of YouTube, and you know me in real life, you'll know that exercise is not one of my things. I've never really been one for exercise. I've been members of gyms before. I was a member of the gym when I was like 16, and I used to go now and again there. I was then a member of a gym for a few weeks at uni. I think I went twice. And I have tried home workouts, so like the Kayla Bikini Body Guide. I've tried that at home, and I've like bought various workout DVDs. I remember I had the Chantel one from Big Brother. I had her workout DVD. My mum used to have a Linda Barker yoga DVD. I've bought like Ministry of Sound beach body workout DVDs. Basically, I'm not one for sticking to exercise. I don't belong to a gym anymore because I know I'll not go. I'm just not that way inclined, and I've never really found like my workout jam, like what workout I could stick to. And I was thinking this year I wanted to try something. I did this thing that I'm going to talk about. I did try last year, but I just didn't get into a routine with it. But I think I found a workout jam, and that is trampolining fitness classes. So back in, I think it was November, me and my friend Beck went to our local trampolining centre. So it hasn't been open, it only opened like last year sometime, so it hasn't been open in our town for that long. So once it did open, we were like, right, let's try it out. And we ended up going to a class once, and then through various things, like I was away in New York and then she was busy, all of that jazz, we didn't have time to like follow it up and carry on. But then at the start of this year we said, right, we're going to start going. So I think it was either the end of January or the first week of February, we went to we signed up to Trampoline Fitness again, and currently they have one evening a week and one morning. I can't go in the mornings because I have to work, but we have a Monday night we go to Flip Fit. It's like an hour class, and I have been once a week, every week for 2 months, and that is a life record for me. I've never been to fitness or worked out for 2 months straight once a week in my entire life. It's literally a record. To some people who are really fitnessy, that is not a big deal because they go to the gym like 4 or 5 times a week. I have never, ever, ever stuck to any form of fitness for longer than maybe 3 weeks, 4 weeks. Probably 4 weeks when I used to do home workouts. But even once a week, I've never stuck to that for 2 months, ever. So I'm super, super proud of myself. And I think it's because it's just fun, and I go for an hour, and it's just fun, and I don't have any cares in the world when I'm there because I'm not thinking about anything. And I feel like people around, I think classes, if I belong to a gym, I think going to classes would make me more inclined to work out, because I look around at everyone else and I think, well, if they can do it, I can do it. So I think it motivates me being around other people, whereas just going to the gym and running on the treadmill by myself or doing some weights by myself, I don't feel motivated because I'm just by myself. And I think this whole idea of going to a class and seeing everyone else do it makes me want to be like, no, I can do this. If they can do this, I can do this. So yeah, I absolutely love it. We go to Flip, it's called Flip Out, our local one, and the instructor's really, really nice, and we just do, I think it's 6 sets, and you do 3 workouts, like 3 different moves, and you do them like 1 of each, and then you have 10-second rest, and you do it all again, 10-second rest, do it all again, and then a 30-second rest, and then you move on to the next set. And yeah, I absolutely love it. As usual, I've waffled on for about 15 years of your life, so if you have made it to the end, thank you very much. And if you did like it, please give it a thumbs up, that would be grand. And if you're not already subscribed to my channel, then if you hit that subscribe button, that would be awesome. And if you are already subscribed, then thank you so much for sticking around. And if you're continuing to watch my videos, then thank you so much for continuing to watch them. It means so, so much to me, I can't even explain. And yeah, hopefully I'll see you in my next video.